here's a question all about polygons, and apologies if you struggled with this question, but actually the maths you need to solve this you probably learned in the second or third year. Um, it's I guess it's the way it's presented that maybe puts people off. You know that these sides all tessellate and they all meet at point A. Now what that means is the angles about a point here are all going to add up to 360. I suppose that's reasonably obvious. So that this angle here, x, and this angle here, y, 60, x and y are all going to add up to 360. We know that's 60 because it's an equilateral triangle. Um, Actually, no, yeah, it is an equilateral triangle. And we know we can work out x, and then we can use that information to work out y because this on the angles will be 360. Now, it says AB and AD are adjacent sides of a regular 10-sided polygon. So AB is here, and AD is here. So that means that this is part of our 10-sided polygon, and you can work out how big the angles are in a 10-sided shape by two methods. The easiest method is to go by the external angles. If that's one angle inside our external polygon, we know, so this is the internal angle. We know that the external angles in a shape add up to 360. If there are 10 sides, then each of those external angles is going to be 360 divided by 10. So we know the external angle in a 10-sided shape is going to be 36 degrees, which means that the internal angle is going to be 144. That's the quick way of working it out. And the rest of the shape goes off with its 10 sides, and they're all equal, clearly. So the internal angle is 144. The long way of doing it is to say the total of the angles in a 10-sided shape is going to be 10 minus 2 times 180. Does that ring any bells? You do the number of sides minus 2 and then multiply it by 180. That's because if you join all the vertices together, you end up with the number of sides minus 2 triangles inside the shape. So you do the number of sides minus 2 times 180, which means you get 1800 minus 36, so 1440. That's the total of all the angles inside the shape, and then you divide by how many sides there are. 1440 divided by 10 is obviously 144, like we got before. So either way, we know that this is 144. So if that's 144 and that's 60, that adds to make 204. So what we've got left for 360, it's going to be 156. So we know that x equals 156, and again, the internal-external angle method is the easiest. If you have a shape where the internal angle is 156 degrees, then the external angle is 24. And the shape goes off and does however, there are its n sides going off like that. Now, if the external angles are all 24, this is a regular shape, so n lots of 24 is going to add up to 360. So we just do 360 divided by 24 to work out how many angles there are, and therefore how many sides. Comes out as 15. That's the quick way of doing it. If you wanted to go the long way about it, you'd say 180 times n minus 2 is the total of all the angles in the shape. And if we divide that by the number of sides, we get 156. And if you do a bit of, you multiply the n over, you get 156n, and then you expand the brackets, equals 180n minus 360. So then you subtract 156n from both sides, you get 24n equals 360, and you end up with 15. But the internal-external angle method is the easiest way of doing that. That tells you how many what the size of the internal angle is for the first one, 144, and it's also a quick route to getting the number of sides in the second shape. If you didn't completely understand the internal angle idea, I know I didn't draw it beautifully here, do ask me.